7:30. See, that guy leaves every morning with me, that red Dodge. See, 7:30, September 1st. This is every day. Doesn't matter what time I come out in the morning or the nighttime, there's always somebody waiting. So there's two right off the bat. We haven't even gotten out of the trailer park yet. Okay, now we are in between two towns. See, there you go, right there, boom. Every time I come on this street, so there you go. Get a good look. Okay, every time I go down the street, see how this guy's waiting to do it? So that's 3 cars in a row. Even if we leave this guy out of it, that guy leaves with me every morning. Every morning. I've been here about a week now. I paid for a month up front. And by the 3rd day, people were trying to start problems and go complain in groups. But it's those people. They'll just stop and stare at you. They'll come outside. See? Red car, unwed one. They cut in front of me the other day. Red car, white SUV. Okay, so this might not look like anything to you guys, but if you've been paying attention to the color codes I've been telling you about, and they're from California. See? So red car, white car. And then 3 people immediately, just as soon as we step out, people that are on the street or waiting. And then the other thing we have happen is like, see that intersection right there? Every intersection we hit, someone will jump out and get in front of us. But it's not that they're walking in front of us, it's that they're almost exactly synchronized with us. Okay? Or it'll be vehicles too at night. They love to do that with the brights. But what you just saw already, that's everywhere I go. There's never, you can get up at 4 in the morning and something like that'll happen in a lighter fashion. If you don't see what I see, I can't help you, but see? There you go, right there. If nothing else, he just drove in a circle. Okay? Twice with that guy. That's every day. Every day we leave, he gets up and he leaves with us. There you go. And that happens all the way up the street and all the way back down, even though the town's closed. You know, we'll take our walk at, see, whichever direction we go, he goes. Okay, and that guy was staying in the RV park with us. See how he just followed us twice? That's every day. Every day. If I come out at 6, he's out at 6. If I come out at 7, he's out at 7. Okay. And this, see, garbage. And the door open. So someone who drives that gold Jeep's a gang stalker. See? She's working. See? Oh, that's her Jeep. See, there you go right there. At the marshal's office, they'll gang stalk you. There you go right there. See? Every corner, every intersection you hit, someone's going to drive in front of you. They're either going to come onto the street or off of the street. Or they'll cut in front of you. They'll come up from behind you. Okay? And a lot of people go, oh, yeah, this is local business owners. And it's 7:30. All the businesses are down there. Okay? See? There's my bike rider. Obligatory bike rider in 39 states, multiple times. Okay. You're also looking for like lots of bright red, bright orange. Now in the NRA and in prison, obviously bright red is high risk. And then orange would be so on and so forth. Kind of like NASCAR. And then InfraGard uses color codes for their infrastructure security. Okay, so it all works together. See, red. It all works together. It's one of those things where the government has so many pieces, you know, instead of having 1 or 2 or 3 companies, you know, do what they're doing, they give it to everybody. And they call it security, okay? Like I said, we are in between 2 towns. However, Again, I've gone across 39 states, sometimes 3 and 4 times, okay? This is a gang stalker right here, this white truck. He's had that fridge in his fucking bed of his truck for a couple days now. Okay? See, bright blue shirt. You'll see solid red, Cochise County. There you go, right there. Okay, now we lived here for 6 months last year after being gone for 4 months. And everywhere we went in Sierra Vista, which is actually a pretty big town, and it's a military town, which is the problem I have with it, is they're rude as fuck. Okay, and I'm not saying every single one of these cars. You'll hear me pipe in with it. But always red, always silver, always gold, always white. Okay, always. And California is where we're from. See that red zipline vehicle? They just went in a circle just so they could do that. California is where I'm from in Orange County. They call it the Orange Curtain because that was and is a mecca for white gangs. The KKK was in there strong in the early 1900s. Lots of Germans from World War I and World War II. I've met one. Okay? He was born in the late teens or the 20s, and I don't know if he was a Nazi per se, but he was definitely a sympathizer. And I went to elementary school and high school with his grandkids. Okay? See, white and gold. They'll just look at you. They'll come out and they'll look at you, or they'll turn the corner and they'll stare at you. See, gold again. See what I'm saying? There's a school down here, but it's not open. So you got to drive, red again, you got to drive to one of the other towns for school. There's a high school out here, but it's way on the other side. It's the direction these guys are going. See that guy? That guy was following me around last night. That gold Dodge. White. Gold California plate. See what I'm saying? So, California is probably one of the first places in the West Coast and the Southwest area to do things like this. So it's based on racism. But now, see this? You can't walk down any street without that happening. See how they just, whoop, here we are. That, every street. Even at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night when nothing is open except the bars. And it's a red truck. Dark red, but still. Okay. Now, I've been recording for 3 years. Okay. That right there. Every street you go down, they follow you down. See, he's wearing not a bright blue, but a very solid blue. See how loud that is? That's every day we take a walk. We'll have people walk this way and circle around on the opposite side. He's just chilling. Okay? Shit like that. Now, if you don't believe me, Tom Segura, watch this. Tom Segura and see how they're, oh, don't take a picture. See how they're just stating nothing's open. See how nothing's open? That happened yesterday. They will wait until you're right next to them, and then whoop, out comes the phone and they take a picture of nothing. Tom Segura and Matt Bronger both say something about, they call it a lobby liaison. This guy that you can't tell what he's doing at the bank, but he's there. See that? And he's just kind of hanging out. And then Matt Bronger mentions it. He says something about LA. There's people that just like to sit in their cars with the lights on and just stare at people. Now, they're making a joke about it, but that's exactly what I'm see how they're just completely parallel with me and nothing's open right now? Okay? And it's Thursday morning. Okay? Now, some of the private sector companies that do this, they pay for the people's vacation. So they pay for your gas, they pay for your hotel, right? But there's all kinds of slick ways to do it. That way it's not a traceable payment. Okay, so one angle, see that? Boom, right there. See? That is everywhere we go. Have we hit an intersection yet where that didn't happen? You haven't, have we? What color is the car? Silver. Case in point. The one angle is that Californians are, 10 million people, allegedly, had to move out because of the fires and the gentrification and COVID and work and blah, 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 blah. So let's just say 1 million of those people got surveillance role player jobs, some kind of contractor, remote work, okay? Well, that's a dual meaning. It's remote because you can do it from anywhere, but it's remote because they're testing electronic weapons. It's not a joke, okay? I worked in that environment for over a decade with a low-level top-secret clearance, so I don't know everything, but I know a lot fucking more than you guys do. Okay? Now you can see we only went about maybe 3 or 4 blocks, and even though the town's not open yet, hell, some of the business owners aren't open yet, there's people on every corner we go, and oh, time to take a picture. But you notice they wait until we got around the corner to do it as we're approaching, okay? Now, I'm not saying anything bad about the town specifically, or the towns or the counties specifically, except for Cochise County, because they're real blatant in using their county employees to harass people. This is everywhere in the country, okay? This is everywhere in the country. All right. Who knows exact, I don't have any 100% confirmation, but it appears to me that the people that it's a group effort, obviously, gang, whatever you want to call them. But it's definitely a group effort. And I've seen this happen to a couple people. And you just get hustled. And it's by a group of people, so they all stick together. And what do you know? Meth is huge in the towns I'm from. Meth is huge everywhere right now, but 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when I was just a kid, I could take a walk outside and I could tell you who was doing what just by looking at them. Okay? Because that shit takes all the nutrients out of your skin and your hair. All right? I grew up watching it. That's why I've never messed with that stuff. I've never gone past stuff that comes from the ground. Okay? So, and now with rules being the way they are, the rest of the country operates like that. See, there's that guy again. See, they just circle you. They're not doing work. Trust me. Here's another red vehicle. See? They love red. Now, if you look up, has a lot to do with Satanism and witchcraft and communism. It's a mix, but none of them are good. Okay? None of them are good. And what they do is they'll just fucking let their dog roam through your camp space, or they'll walk through your camp space. They'll do all this passive aggressive shit that almost everybody has learned is impolite, rude, red again, silver, dark red. See what I mean? And they're always, see how they're in group of 3 like that? Now, I've seen car formations. It'd be 2 sedans, an SUV, a minivan, and a truck, and they're all silver. That's in Vegas. Or it'll be 3 cars all at once. And see, there's another red vehicle. It'll be 3 red vehicles on the same street at the same time, crisscrossing, 2 on one side and 2 on the other. All this is on my websites. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, another gold. Okay. Now, sometimes they just have gold or silver or white or red because that's what's on the lot. Okay. But what it looks like is that the private sector companies will get an old rental vehicle and they'll use it for their low-level perps, and then that'll go to the used car lot. You see what I'm saying? So they're really well maintained for a long... See, and here comes that red Ram that followed us out and then met us at another intersection. Here he comes. See, he's just driving in a circle, timing with us. Okay? And that guy's wearing an oxygen hose in his nose. That guy's a good 75, 80 years old, if not older. Okay? that doesn't mean shit. There he is right there. You're watching him. So he left with us. He met us a block up the street, and now that we're coming home, there he is. Okay? This is all over the country. Why do you think they call it Social Security? What are the initials? SS. The secret police, just like in Germany. Okay? But it's far less obvious when it's people in civilian clothes, in civilian cars, and especially if they're so old they can barely walk on their own power. And the other thing, that we're about to run out of time, but that's our normal walk. And you notice, even though it's 7:30 in the morning, not one time have we been left alone. Not one. Not one. Silver. See that? Not once. That's the emptiest the road's been in 16 minutes. Okay, they'll have trailers that are empty. They'll have flashing lights on their cars, and they won't be any kind of city or county or federal company worker. They'll just have flashing lights on their cars. It's weird. If you have a dog and you have the dog in the car with you all the time, you'll get circled by people with dogs in their cars. And a lot of times it'll be the same pattern and the same color as your dog. Okay, happened last night. Guy in a Volkswagen. The same way I showed you that gold car just showed up out of nowhere and met us at the intersection. The same as 3 other cars at 3 other intersections that happened last night. Okay? So you can see from the time we step out, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, doesn't matter. 4 in the morning. From the time we step out to the time we return, see, now it's empty because they caught on. But they're non-stop traffic circling us. You saw it right now. That's not normal. This town's 1,200 strong and it's Thursday morning. Businesses aren't open. Tourists aren't here till later today at the earliest. Actual tourists. Okay? So, that's everywhere in the country, guys. Even when I was sitting on the church pew last night, we had some lookalike gang stalker. See? They always meet you. They always sync with you. You're never by yourself anymore. That's the NWO. And it's got nothing to do with safety. Nothing to do with safety. Okay?